What's up, y'all? It's your girl Tayla, and you're listening to the Tayla Show. You already know what's going on. I got two very special guests in the building with me today. Please introduce yourselves.
Well, my name is Ken Nicole.
And I am the one and only Kira Simone.
You know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna chop it up today about surviving college 101. You know what I'm saying? The semester is wrapping up. There are new booty freshmen coming into the building. So we have to put them on game so they don't get pimped out. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's talk about campus life, right?
Okay.
Well, this is going to be, for those who are listening who don't attend Clayton State, we're going to be talking in terms, or at least I am. I know you've been to a different school before, Ken. But we're going to be talking in terms of Clayton State University and the lifestyle of Clayton State. So, campus life, let's talk about housing. Y'all.
You have to be very, very, very patient when it comes to housing at Clayton State University.
Yes, you do. The housing application fee is $100 and it goes up another $100. You gotta miss the whole room selection thing. It's a whole lot of jazz. A whole lot of jazz. But I personally enjoy the housing here. I feel like for what we pay,
you get a lot.
You get a lot compared to other schools. Like, you get your own room, whether you stay in Laker Hall or you stay in Laker Village. Like, you don't have to room with. Like, at least have your own bed in the same room. Like, you room with other people, but you know.
And at my last school, they had the traditional style dorms. Like, it was 4 people to a suite that shared one bathroom and one bathroom and 2 beds in each room. Of course, we lived for shower shoes. This was at my last school, Middle Georgia State. But yeah, I say you have to be patient, but I guess I appreciate the new privacy I have gained since I transferred here.
Right. Kiki, what about you?
You know, I've been here since freshman year, so I personally love the housing, and I love my roommates. We've been close since we moved in freshman year. So when we stayed in Laker Hall together, so it was like, y'all, let's just move together when we go to the village. So we moved to the village, and if you know me, you know, like, I be with them 24/7. You won't see me without them, I'm by myself. And we cook and stuff. We have potlucks and parties and stuff. So I like the housing.
Yeah.
But with everything comes rules. You know, if you know you're gonna buck the system, be smart about it.
Right.
Be smart about it. Don't be.
Campus security will
Cause it's real. Them
Mhm.
fines is real.
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it. Ooh.
Yeah.
Everything is real. So I say if you gonna book, you gonna turn up, make sure you do it in the right way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you feel like you can't do it in the right way, then you need to get off campus.
Right.
Period.
Or just don't do it in your room.
Right.
Make sure you have a friend that you can
Mm-hmm.
turn up with. But okay, yeah. So let's talk about organizations and being involved on campus, because I know that is very, very important. Because I think a lot of people, when they come into college, they just think, I'm just here for school.
Yeah.
And let me focus on my grades and everything like that, and not really interact with people.
Well, the first thing I want to say is, when I first got to Clayton State, I was like, it's real boring here. And something that I had to learn was that the school is what you make it.
Exactly.
So if all you do is go to class, go back to your room, and do your homework, then of course it's going to be boring to you. But you
Unless
have
like that.
Yeah. But you have to get out on campus and do stuff and meet people for, you to really appreciate the campus life.
Right. And it's not even just to, like, appreciate campus life and, like, just get to know people. There are a lot of networking opportunities. Like, a lot. Like, you can literally get a job just off of knowing, or not even knowing somebody, just talking to somebody for a brief second. And you never know who you're going to run across, especially in college, because it's a lot of people who don't even go here that be here every day.
Not even like trying to like get a job. Like if you're somebody like me who wants to, I want to do a lot of stuff on my own.
Right.
So, but you still need to network. So just being in different clubs and collabing with other clubs and just exchanging social medias. Like that's one big thing that has really like helped. Like I grow my social media so much just by being around different people. So that's another route. So always try to get involved and get your name out there so people can know who you are if you're trying to build something.
And at Clayton State, it is not hard to get your name out there because the campus is it's not so small, but it's small enough to where your name or some will get around. Not saying it's how, you know what I'm saying, it's how you want to put your name out there. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's so weird speaking your name out. Because people be like saying, hey, they're like, hey, Kiara. I'm like, you know my name.
Right.
Because it just be like, and it's just off the stuff like me just being on Twitter, me just being on Instagram, just being around certain people. So I always try to get out your room. And it doesn't matter what major you are. Because a lot of people think, well, I don't need that for my major. But I always try to like,
just build personal communication skills. Definitely. Like that's very important. I feel like college trains you for real life and the workforce by just giving you like experiences like that, to where you'll need to communicate, because that kind of stuff is very important. Okay, so another thing that we want to talk about with campus life is having a good friend circle. So that is very important when you come to college. I'm not saying like you got to be everybody's friend. I'm not saying you got to try and make friends, but just be mindful that you don't have to be alone. And it's okay to not be alone. It's okay to have people like that you can not necessarily lean on for support, but I guess that is what it is, because that's a lot of college. Like we're all in the same boat. We all struggle, not necessarily struggling, but we struggle in our own ways, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. But you just need to make sure you got you a team. That's period.
That's all you need. I told you I be with the same. Of course, like I've grown as a person and you know, got out my comfort zone. But it's like I got 3 people that I know for a fact. Okay, them my dogs. If I need something, that's who I'm gonna go to, and we got each other. And of course, me expanding, I've met more people like that, and it's great. But I feel like in college, you need a support system, because ain't nobody gonna understand your struggle more than somebody that you live right next door to.
Right.
Period. And piggybacking off what Kiara said, like, even though I transferred from here, like, I had a group of friends at my last school. We were tight, like, since freshman year, and I think about half of us are at this school now too. So, you know, having that good friend support system there, like, it will really keep your mind, like, on track. It'll keep you from going insane, because sometimes college will make you.
Right. Especially if you, like, busy and you're involved, or even if you're not involved. Like, I know just sitting in your room sometimes for a long period of time, it gets to your head.
You start just thinking about
everything that you just don't need to think about. So make sure that you have a really good support system. You need a team. I'm not saying that you need a whole 5-star lineup.
Right.
If you have one friend, that is enough. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes that's all you need is one friend.
Like, and let me tell you one thing about college people. On college campuses, it's a lot of different people. Like, when I say a lot of different people, it's a lot of different personalities. It's a lot of different just mindsets.
We all come from different backgrounds,
everything. Like, so you need to know how to not necessarily act, but not adjust yourself. So I can't find the words, but you have to know how to be yourself around different types of people. So yeah, that's it on that. But as far as classes go, that's another, you know what I'm saying, biggie. That's why we're really here, is for the classes, I guess. Exactly. But y'all, let's go ahead and give them the tea. Do y'all prefer 8 a.m. classes or early morning classes, or like after 11, 12-ish?
I'm not much of a morning person, so, you know, if I could get 11 a.m. classes, then that's what I'm going for.
Right.
Because I've tried, you know, as people say, an 8 a.m. class in high school is nothing like an 8 a.m. class in college. And, you know, it all depends on, like, what type of person you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you need to really know yourself, like, for real, because some teachers count against attendance in college. And that is unfortunate, but that's just the world that we live in. So you need to, like, really know yourself. Like, if you know you're not going to wake up at 8 a.m. to get to this class, don't do it to yourself.
I did that. I'm not going to lie, my freshman year. And it wasn't even 8 o'clock. It was at 9 o'clock. Yeah. I was like, okay, I can make it to the 9 o'clock. Now, no, I don't have no problem getting up early. But it's a difference between getting up early and getting up early and going to class.
Yes.
Especially if you don't want to go to the class.
Especially if you don't want to go. Because I was good for walking into a 9. Because in your freshman, you have a lot of 50-minute classes. Classes from 9 to 9:50. I was good for walking in there at 9:35 and just sitting there looking. And then the professor looking at me like,
you know, I didn't notice that the time difference in classes between. Wow, that's crazy.
And I went, I think this was actually last year. I took a 10 a.m. to 10:50 class, and that was struggle. It was too
real
much.
bad.
Yeah. It's just the simple fact that I'm not a morning
This
person.
is my preferable time frame of classes: 11 to about 5. I'm pushing it with this 5 o'clock class. Now we get out at 6:15, but that's my time frame.
That's my time frame.
Like really, 5 o'clock is pushing it. Like I get out at 5. Like that's what I would like.
Really 4:50.
Right.
I really, if my ideal schedule, I would really go to class between 12:45 and 4:50.
Right.
That's what although I did not make my schedule for like that next year, I have a 9 a.m. class next year, and then I have the classes at 6:30 in the afternoon. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go because let me tell you, I gotta go to class because I was one of the people who was good for not going to class. I still don't go to class if we being honest. But don't be like me, be better than me.
Look, okay, let's just keep it a buck about just going to class in general. College, you really have to be your own motivator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, if you do not know how to motivate yourself, you're going to struggle, period. Because when them classes come where you know you don't want to be in there, you know your teacher just going to be talking, y'all not really going to be doing nothing, it's just you sitting there for about an hour and 15 minutes, you need to big yourself up like, man, I got to get there.
Right.
Because it's hard, y'all.
And the teachers, they're not lying when they say, high school teachers, they're not lying when they say it's a whole different ballgame when you get to college.
Right.
Because, you know, high school teachers, they'll be on your tail, okay, this project is due, you need to turn this in, or I'm going to call your parents. It's not like that.
It's not.
In college, depending on the relationship you have with the professor, if you don't do your work, that's on you.
It's on the syllabus, boo. Everything that they have, like how they gonna conduct themselves, is in the syllabus.
Let me tell you about that syllabus. Don't play with these professors.
When
they say read your syllabus, because some professors don't even go over the syllabus. Some professors say
quiz too.
Some professors be like, I'm not going over syllabus, it's gonna do too well. Go over the syllabus because you're gonna end up like I had a couple friends be ready to cuss out their professor, and you can't cuss out your professor if it's written down in the syllabus.
And you can't take that
hours and stuff like that.
Speaking of professors, make sure you build a good relationship with your professor.
Yeah.
It don't even have to be good. Just make sure that they know your face.
Are.
They don't even have to know your name, but just know. I guess they do need to know your name. But for me personally, I just make sure that they know at least my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that when they see me, they'll at least think, oh, well, I know she's at least trying. So I feel like that is very, very important. Like, your relationship with your professor could be the determination between an A or a B, or like if you're into that, or a F or a D. You know what I'm saying? Like office hours. I personally don't use office hours like that because I feel like I don't really need to. But this semester it kind of would have helped because your girl was not going to class or nothing like that. Like it was just a lot going on. So make sure you build a really good relationship with your professors. Last thing I want to talk about as far as classes go is studying. What are y'all's study habits? Do you have any study habits?
Okay, it depends on the class. It really depends on the class. Because when it came to my core classes, I was studying, but when it comes to like my classes for my major, because we're comm major, so it's not like a whole lot of it's material.
Wait till you get up there in that area.
Ooh, hold on.
I'm just like, she just made me mad.
I'm sorry.
It depends on like what class you take, because a lot of my classes, well, it really just depends on the class, because I don't have a lot of tests in my classes. I have a lot of projects though. Like the projects be something. But like the one way I used to study was so instead of taking notes in class, if your professor already loads all your PowerPoints online, take your own notes. Like, take your own notes from your book and then use those notes and compare it to the PowerPoint in class.
Right.
And then you just compare it. I buy my books offline, so they're a little bit cheaper, and I just like write all in my book. I had a friend, she uses flashcards. I'm not really into that, but she's a nursing major, so the healthcare, so the flashcards really help her. That's about it.
Okay, so as a comm major, one thing I can say is going up in my major, like getting closer to graduation, a lot of the courses that they offer for us are online. So one of my study tactics is you really have to listen to the lectures. Like, if you can get away with not listening to the lectures if they upload the PowerPoints, but the more you get into the major, it's like the less the PowerPoints become, the less descriptive the PowerPoints become, because they want you to actually listen. So what I do is I'll listen to the lectures, write down something that's might not be in the textbook or whatever, and just like you said, then I integrate it all together with the textbook, the PowerPoints, and the lectures together. So yeah, and then just read over it, and you're good.
My study habit that I have, I just do it when I can. I take my textbook, like I highlight in mine, and I'll just go over it a couple of times. Like with me, it's repetition. Like I just try and repeat it to myself to where I'll just be able to memorize it. Because that's my biggest thing, is just retaining the information. Because I'll look at it and be like, all right, I got it. And then the test comes like, what the hell?
Especially if it's not multiple choice.
Girl. What?
But I don't like multiple choice tests. I'd rather write out the answer.
No. I need to see.
Like that.
I need to see it.
Right?
I'd rather
it's
write
going to
out the
refresh
answer.
my memory. Like with multiple choice, when you read a question and you read the answers, like if you study how you were supposed to, the answer.
But if you don't, you still have a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's only one of the four, one of the two. But yeah, y'all. What my biggest thing with studying is just make sure that you manage your time wisely. That's just in college overall. Just make sure that you are good at managing your own time, because you have a lot of it now that you're not in high school anymore. Like, it's so much time, y'all. Like we're not playing. When we say you'll not want to go to class, but you have nothing to do. Like,
but that's the thing about college. Like, you be sitting, I ain't got nothing to do, and then you have stuff to do. Cause I'll be good for saying I don't got nothing to do on Tuesday. Then Thursday I'm mad because I knew I had an assignment that was due 3 weeks ago. Right. And professors are good for, I ain't gonna say they're good for, but they good for knowing. Well, I ain't gonna say it's their fault. I think that's more so our fault. Having an assignment that they told us about 3 months ago and then waiting until the week before to do it. Yeah, that's more so on us. So on us. So if you have an assignment that you know you had for 6 months,
or just a long period, when you have an assignment in general, just manage your time.
That's where that syllabus comes in.
Right.
Because when there's assignments like that, it's gonna be on the syllabus. Because 9 times out of 10, it's like one of the big like midterm projects or one of the end of the year projects. Like, you have to, like, that syllabus is essential.
Right. Okay, so wrapping up, let's all describe college in 3 words. Everybody ready?
Lit.
I'll give you a second.
Stressful. And hold on.
Lit, stressful.
Lit, stressful, and experience.
Okay.
Worthy.
Experience.
I don't know. Good experience. That's not 3 words, but
I feel you. I see what you're saying.
Okay. I'm gonna go with rewarding.
That's what I was.
Okay, we got rewarding, complicated. Rewarding, complicated. I'm trying to find a word. I'm gonna do it candid, but it's worth it.
Okay.
Rewarding, complicated, worthy. It's worthy.
Yeah. Okay. My 3 words to describe college, I would say expensive.
Definitely.
It's expensive. It can be depressing. But it is, like, I'm gonna go with y'all, it's what you make it.
Yeah.
It's what you make it. Overall, like, no matter your situation, if you try to get out the box, you'll get out the box. You just gotta go out there and test the water. Put your toe in it, your big one, and just
Sometimes, I had a couple experiences where I put my pinky in first.
Right. And if you put your pinky in first, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? But the big toe, you get a little
bit more width
right.
with the big toe. Mm-hmm. I put my big toe in some stuff and it came out amazing.
Well, I put my big toe in CSIR and
right. We got some certificates today that was framed and all nice. But thank you.
Mama, she was so happy.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to the Tayla Show. It's been a blast. You know what I'm saying? Signing off. Y'all go ahead and give your social media handles out.
All right. Well, I said my name is Ken Nicole. My Instagram is ken.nicole. Nicole is spelled Nacolle. My Twitter is Ken_Nicole with 3 E's. My Facebook is Ken Nicole Miller. You know,
Facebook is popping.
Right.
My Instagram is at Susie the Pot Whipper. That is SUSIETHEWIPPR. And my Twitter is Praise Candor, and that is praise, how you spell praise, and candor is CANDOR.
Okay, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Tayla.a.wayla. That's TAYLA.AW.WAYLAA. And sorry, I follow back. You know what I'm saying? So
I do too.
Right. Thank you guys for listening.